So it sounds like Hannah had another sister who wasn't her twin, and Eve was a made up friend or something. Oh gosh, I'm so confused. But I'm still at minimum
She sent
these
him
are
out the
twin
house,
girls.
kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
She never calls me that.
Right. Because she didn't know about you. You were a surprise.
My sister is gone, and she's never coming back.
Did you kill Hannah too? Did she murder Hannah? Drown.
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach. And okay.
When I'm seeing the movies, I can get a subtle feel for which one, based on their mannerisms and how they speak. I can sort of feel, I notice a subtle difference between Eve and Hannah. You know, Hannah's a little bit more, what's the right word? I feel like Eve is more confident, a lot more confident, and Hannah is a little bit more reserved. That's kind of what I'm grabbing. So
he was wearing a shirt.
yeah, so but if I think I know the answer, I guess there I feel like you can only beat the game by finding all the files, even if you feel like you figured it out. If you figured out what's going on. Hannah, Eve, Simon. Hannah, Simon. Sister. Brother? Brother.
She's crying, I guess.
This I can
She's
tell
sad
is Hannah.
because she thought she saw her husband with another woman.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
Because of the whole twin thing. Clips stored in user session. How do I take things out of my user session? Or am I supposed to just be adding them? Do I have to be adding them all into the session? I just don't know how this works. The game doesn't really tell you. Introduction to the Logic Database. Oh, computer technology is the backbone of the modern police work. The Logic Database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be the most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. This database contains footage transferred. Maybe it'd be nice if I noticed I could read this from the beginning. Really read me. This database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive in Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participant is stored separately so they can be tagged for submissions to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed, and the content of this testimony is attached to each clip. To retrieve a clip, type in a word, for example, robbery, into the search field. Click search, and the database will return all clips in which a speaker uses that word. To narrow a search, use multiple words, robbery of supermarket. If you are working from a printed transcript, you can even be more precise. Use inverted commas to search for an exact match against the entire statement. Yes, I was there. To store a clip for later reference, click Add to Session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags of your own to help future searches, please click in the User Tags box and type in your desired tags. For any further assistance, please contact your department's Information Technology representative, Police Information Technology Organization. Unfortunately, I just kind of figured that out on my own. Clock. This is June 16, 2018. Okay. Oh. Really? Read me. Hey, here's the database I filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detectives' footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time. SB. What's in the rubbish bin? Hack.nfo. One of the mums here. Classic 2-player strategy for lunchtime gaming. Cracks with class. Mirror game? Okay. Mirror game. Oh. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Am I supposed to be playing Connect 4? Oh, I'm trying to mirror them? Okay. Not sure if... Database checker. 1 volume missing? Database checker. So are these all the files that I haven't gotten yet? Eric. Eve. I did it. I was there. We were there. Volume missing. Database checker. Clock. What happens if I click log off? Quick this log. Okay. I guess that's how much time has passed since. All right. Hack. So do I drag this? How do I use this? Hack the database? Who is SB? SB. Hack. Crack with class. Mirror game. 1 for the mums here. Classic 2-player strategy. Oh, this is for the hack for the mirror game. Okay. Really? Read me. Interesting. Okay, well this still doesn't really tell me what to do. Narrow down searches. 271 entries. I don't know how many I've managed to see so far. I'm guessing this is supposed to tell you how many files I've actually found. Poison. Spouse. Mistress. Affair. I already said affair.
An affair? Simon wasn't having an affair.
With her sister.
You're reaching here. Oh, I don't know why. No, I've never.
There's her tattoo.
She didn't kill you.
Cheat. Cheating. Coffee.
Yes. I got to Glasgow. I was
This is Hannah.
exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from a payphone, and then headed back.
Mm-hmm. Right.
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Never gonna give you up. Never
No.
gonna let.
I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water. Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
That one. Drink. Chit chat? How's it going down there? You done? Can I not type? I can't type. I can't type anything. I can't type. Why don't you just text me? I'm trying to type a message. How's it going down there? You done? Chit chat.
No, not drugs. I mean, he drinks, but never very much. He goes to the pub.
I wanted to respond, but I can't.
Sometimes we go together. He drinks wine with food, but no, he doesn't have any kind of drinking problem.
He doesn't, as in the present. I can't type anything. Chit chat, I can't type anything. Okay, well. Drug. Alcohol. Drinking. This is gonna bother me. I want to respond to SB, but I can't. Okay, but I can still type on this one. Do I need to close out of this? Quit this logic session? If I quit... Okay, I was like, I can't get out of that. Okay. Well, I guess I just have to keep going, even though I can't respond to whoever SB is. Who is SB? Kill.
I mean, what if they were crazy? You hear about these crazy people all the time. I mean, why would anyone who knew Simon want to kill him?
I don't know. Photo. Picture. What other things can I search for? I'm down here. Wedding. Married. Oh. 12 entries found.
There's married couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to.
Ah, that's the last thing I found. So now this one.
A long time. We got married when I was 17.
17. Another one. Okay, is this in chronological order then?
Childhood sweethearts. Something like that. When you married detective.
Oh, detective. And the detective was the one who cheated on his wife too?
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates.
So she's
We can
27.
argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything.
So this must have been this must have been before Simon died. These videos. And then the other ones were taking place after his death. I guess is what's happening. DB344A, 1 volume missing. Wedding. What else can I search for? I mean, there's all these people like Diane and Eric and Florence. Florence.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of
Eve.
sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror.
Like looking at your twin.
She was me.
Right. So creepy.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there.
Her story.
I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
Tell me more about her story.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present, another mirror, just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed, He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open.
Oh my.
She'd only meant to scare him off.
Oh my. Whoa. Mirror. Tell me about this mirror.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one
The
of those
mirror.
arguments that had been simmering for a while.
Mm-hmm.
The present was
This is
a mirror.
Hannah.
A nice
Right.
mirror.
Mm-hmm.
He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
But it wasn't just for you. It wasn't just for you, as we saw.
The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think.
But it broke.
Haven't looked at it since.
But then it broke. This is June 27th. This is June 25? So she had her argument on June 25 and then she hasn't put the mirror anywhere since June 27? This timeline is really confusing.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Silverleaf. Reflection.
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange.
Mm-hmm.
We both realised at the same moment, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection.
Mm-hmm.
The reflection was staring back. I think I was 5. It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back and we just spent ages waving at each other and copying each other's movements.
Interesting. That is so weird. Interesting. Speaking of reflections and creepy reflections.
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection.
It's like Rapunzel.
She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that. My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures, but I never could.
Yeah, she was kept in her house.
At home,
Just
I
like
had
Rapunzel.
books and TV. Oh, TV was magical, but it was only on when it wanted to be, so I spent a lot of time reading books.
Right. So she was kept pretty much in house arrest and a prisoner essentially, which is a lot like Rapunzel. Interesting how that parallel works.
I wanted to see my reflection. I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one.
Mm-hmm.
One girl.
Mm-hmm.
The fairy tale was over, the witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place.
Witch.
Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors, and lost children. So you
Yeah,
see,
a lot of parallelism.
even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
Right. Princess.
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember well I went over the river. And then there was a church there. Yeah. And I probably parked, well, I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be this one. There.
Princess Street. I wonder if they called it that on purpose just so you could have an easier chance of finding that video. Princess Street. Street.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in, Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing.
Clearly he's not
Upstairs in
home.
the bedroom, and he wasn't there.
Yeah, clearly he's
I
not
didn't
home.
search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there.
Well, I would have told you
Had
that a while
shower.
ago.
The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
See you. Who are you? Who are you? Doug and Eleanor. Car.
Yeah. I pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side of the road. I was exhausted.
Doug and Eleanor.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
Is that the parents, Doug and Eleanor?
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week. But every few weeks is okay.
I think that is her.
I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean,
her
when I was there,
in-laws.
she was hoovering every day. Ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front.
Yeah, I think that's her in-laws.
She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
Hmm.
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end
Right,
of spring.
the parents.
The parents died.
I lost the baby at the
summer.
end of the spring. Okay.
It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just,
Bodies
Awful.
plural?
because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat.